So I'm still continuing with the lightly active learning, some experimental code that I've been doing. So I've gone ahead and created an issue. I thought it will be much better to track this entire thing with issues in place of just because this might take some time. There are a couple of different things that I'm trying to do, and this might end up taking some time. And of course, there will be certain errors because most of the errors and all which will occur will be because of lack of compute at my end because I'm using my home system, and the home system has got limited GPU. So it's a GeForce GTX 1650 with not much memory available to us. So right now, monitoring it almost every second, and we'll see when once we run this code, this will run out of memory. So what I've done is I've gone ahead and done TF force GPU allow growth is equal to true, but still it runs out of memory and you start getting these errors. And these errors are because of status internal error. So there is no internal error as such that I can make out. Maybe my version of TensorFlow is quite old. I haven't updated it for quite a while, and I'm using something a GPU environment which I created long back. I think almost a year or maybe 2 years back. That could be one issue, but for now, I think it is just running out of memory, and that's what is happening. So first, I'll go ahead and just run this code and see what it looks like when it does run out of memory, and then do a quick walkthrough from the code. Let's see. So this is running, and we go to the next tab. We should be able to see it coming up any minute. Yeah, that Python is there. See, it's taking. Uh, yeah, if you could see it up here, then it went from 280 to I don't know what. And this is just 5 images that I've brought it down to now. Let's again try. Mm, there is not much of a difference. So I can override that log file. So that is okay. And go over here and you see, okay, fine, over here. But this goes up. This goes to I think 47%. It went up to 47% or something over here. Uh, Not a good situation to be in, and gives the same error. And it is trying to allocate this is same 2.95, 2.97, something to that effect. It tries to allocate. It doesn't work very well. So this is earlier what was happening, trying to allocate memory. 2.27 gig it was trying to allocate. Now I think it is trying to allocate slightly different, but yeah, it is still failing. So this is log 4, right? Log 5. And sorry, so that one is actually from my that one is actually from my terminal that I've copied it over there. It is not a log that I'm getting in the log file. So let's see. Let's just copy it from the terminal, and for say documentation or record keeping, trying to understand the error better. And it is still running out of memory, but the values could be slightly different. 2. Okay, 2.27 gig, then 154. But ultimately, it's slightly difficult to understand because it is just 5 images that I have given it. And I think on every image, it is getting a spike of this 2.27 and then 154. So it's a repetitive pattern for 5 images. So you can see over here. Okay, and the code which is running is this. This is the code which is running, and it is printing out all of the memory allocation and various other things over there. Now this code has been pushed here. This code is already here, and I will probably keep on pushing into this other branch which I have created just for this particular error. And let's see how it goes. For now, this is not a good situation. It is extracting features. It is not as if it's not extracting features. Features are getting extracted. Uh, so this you can see over here. Features are getting extracted. So these are my own prints. This is for contours. Contours we can skip for now. There is so extract features. Um, Image array, pre-processed image and features. So where exactly this is coming from? This is coming from the code itself. Fine. So this extract features is working and it is extracting features. But I think it starts failing somewhere here. And it doesn't go beyond this normalized shape. This I don't think so. We are getting. I don't think I saw this anywhere. No, it is there. 5 occurrences. Okay. Uh, so we have gone ahead and got this also, is it? So, okay, maybe my pickle dumps and other things aren't happening right now, but feature extraction is happening. So, feature extraction I'm okay with. Also, this contour extraction is not really part of this thing. I was trying to do something else, so I was also extracting contours. Um and maybe then doing some random understanding of the feature and the contour, but that is not really required. So this contour extraction code, this is separate. This is a separate file over here. If you don't want to do that, you can ignore all of this contour extraction, or this is mostly OpenCV utility functions, so to say. um, and also I've said inspired by PyImage search, maybe not, I don't know. Maybe I got it from somewhere else, but very quickly put together some of these. uh, so this is going till here now. So anyway, this code is updated over here. I will get back to this. So the entire plan is to augment this particular file. So this is lightly, and when we ended up creating these plots over here, we did not get very good results, right? So I think I have it somewhere here only, not in this output there, but somewhere here. So output there, yeah, this one. So we didn't get very good results over here, right? So I did not get good images and good neighbor feature extraction. I'm presuming because that I haven't got good feature extraction, I don't have good nearest neighbors, is what I'm presuming. So like I put in that issue also, I've gone ahead and in this issue I've written very clearly saying that not getting good results with the Caltech faces images for the nearest neighbor plots, and that method I've just kind of I could put a URL link or something over there, or the line. So need to either change images, get simpler images with simpler features to be identified, and thus match up with the nearest neighbor, or explore different alternative methods of getting embedding and features from images. So getting embedding and features from images is what we are trying to explore, and over there, for now, all of this is TensorFlow. A TensorFlow with GPU enabled on my particular GPU always gave me memory errors. I don't know why. Maybe whatever I'm trying to do is never good enough. This particular GPU is probably never good enough. I'm not sure. But TensorFlow always gave me issues. I did a couple of things with PyTorch on the same GPU. Absolutely no issues. And of course, if I'm running any of this code at work on my my employer's work environment on the AWS that they provide, the GPUs that they provide, Those are Tesla, and one server has about dedicated 6 or 4 GPUs, if I remember correctly. So there this code will run. So if you have that kind of a setup, there this code will run. You will not have any issues of this sort. So you can always try it out if you have access to that kind of infra. I don't plan on doing that. So I'll optimize this further. Let's see how that goes. And in the meanwhile, that little bit of uh, you know what's error I got earlier, and those screenshots I put over here. So it even went up to, it is not 10%. I don't think so. This is 10% because uh, could could be I'm looking at the wrong calculation. But this is what it looked like about an hour back, with 20 images, and now with 5 images, the same value comes down to somewhere about 700 MB, or 600 MB. It is varying in that range. Also, you'll notice that the GPU is not really being utilized as such. The spike is for maybe 2 or 3 seconds. The code doesn't run for much of a duration, so it's okay. Uh, Also, these files I got earlier for contours on the images. So this kind of contours, this is very simple. There's just a few lines of OpenCV code, but for features being extracted, you imagine if out of this image features are being extracted and you have some kind of relationship with the contour, then how many features would get extracted, and what kind of nearest neighbor match would you have? So you probably have to somehow zero in only the features which are getting extracted out of the face and match them in your because whatever, whether a neural network's doing it or you're doing it somehow using OpenCV or whatever, you can't be having all this garbage coming from the background. And for a neural net, maybe it's doing an extraction of this particular feature in the background, which is his bookshelf, or whatever is there, or maybe that box lying on top, the black thing. So all that you have to somehow exclude. So yeah, that is there. So let's see how this goes. This is not such a straightforward task, and so maybe in place of all contours, maybe a max perimeter contour or something of this sort mm, would be a better feature extraction target, so to say. Yeah, because you get less of background and more of the actual face and the actual human being. Yeah. So let's see. All of this needs to be explored now further, and need to understand how Lightly is doing this. So if after extraction of features from some of these TensorFlow models, whichever model it is, whether BGG or ResNet, after extraction from here, um, then only we'll be able to compare with what is happening in SimSiam, and this is very different. This is a Siamese network, whereas these are not Siamese networks. Uh, so features can be quite different, is what I'm thinking right now. But let's see. First, that extraction should happen properly, then only we'll be able to comment on that. So there needs to be a lot of fixing over here.